Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the March edition of The Green Room with me, Laura Short from Green at Heart, and my colleague John Mullen, Energy Evangelist. Hi, John.
Hi, folks.
So this month we're actually going to be talking about legal compliance. Please don't switch off now. Just keep listening a little bit longer. We are going to break it down and make it easier for people to understand. But every company should be considering its environmental legal compliance, just as you would with health and safety or any other industry-specific requirements that you need to follow. Environment should be no different, and we're going to discuss some of the main pieces of legal requirements and legislation that you do need to comply with. But first, let's just go to a quick ad.
Hi, I'm Laura Short, and I run the Green at Heart Awards scheme. This is an environmental accreditation for small businesses from all sectors who want to show their customers that they're responsible, proactive, and sustainable. By following a structured approach to Green at Heart, you'll be putting in place cost and time-saving measures that'll help reduce more than just your carbon footprint. Are you passionate about having a sustainable business? Well, in my book, that means still being in business 12 months from now. It's more important than ever to set your business apart from the rest, and customers are expecting you to go that extra mile. So let's grab a coffee and have a chat about how a Green at Heart award can help your business stay open, stay green, and grow. Let's head back to the green room and see what we're talking about today.
Welcome back.
Hello.
So let's kick things off with looking at the Environmental Protection Act, which really is kind of the umbrella piece of legislation that the UK supports and adheres to. So each business does need to consider what it actually emits from its processes, and particularly our commitment to prevent pollution to land, to water and to air. So thinking about the things that go on with your business, is there a potential for there to be an oil spill which could get into a water course, or are you burning things which would then obviously go into the atmosphere? It's about breaking down your business processes and seeing where the waste product could end up, and obviously putting in place systems to make sure that a pollution incident doesn't happen. And that one kind of sits above all the others, really. As long as you're complying with that one, you're starting right. You've got the good foundations. Would you agree, John?
Yeah, I was actually also thinking, I just was made aware recently with Brexit, the Environmental Protection Act will be changing.
It will.
And being aware of what you can and cannot do, we don't know as to whether the British system will become slightly more relaxed, or it might become more strict. So we need to talk, we need to find out, and we need to learn from each other.
Absolutely. It's always worth reviewing your legislation on an annual basis. And as part of the Green at Heart Award, that is something that we would look at. We would do an annual legislation review. Whether you want more support or you're happy to do it yourself is entirely up to you, but it's certainly something we would look at annually. And I would say that's probably the longest time scale to leave it. If you're a business that has industry specific permits for emitting different emissions or waste to different areas, then it's worth looking at more often. Yeah. So moving on to actually the duty of care, which relates to waste and how you handle and dispose of waste within your business. Obviously, every single business, I don't care where you work, even if you work from home, you've still got a waste product. Even if that's just putting some paper in the recycle bin, you've still got waste from your business, and you need to consider how you actually handle that. So obviously we would advocate reusing or recycling products first of all, but there are certain products that it's inevitable they will end up in either landfill or at a recycle centre. And breaking those down into whether they are a non-hazardous or hazardous material. And even something as simple as a fluorescent tube that you might have is classed as hazardous waste, and it needs to be handled slightly differently. Mm-hmm. So the duty of care relates to, as I said, how you dispose of your waste, but also the documentation that you need to keep on file. And that's different depending, again, on hazardous and non-hazardous, how long you need to keep that documentation for, and then also any additional permits that you need depending on the kind of waste. I do need to stress here as well that it is technically illegal to dispose of business waste at a domestic waste centre. And if you are caught, there are quite heavy fines for that. But I do understand a lot of businesses are caught in a rock and a hard place, especially if their business premises is also their home and they also have domestic recycling collections. It's quite easy to just push some of your business waste into that. And obviously, I understand that not every area gets the same level of recycling opportunities as everywhere else, but really do speak to me, speak to John, see what we can do, because there's lots of opportunities to reuse or repurpose before you actually get to the disposal phase. And John's got some great examples of that.
Yeah, sometimes it's a lot is down to business procedures. Sometimes you can use your waste products in another process in your business. I was reading recently of it was a brewery, but the waste from the not the oats. From the different waste that they were using, they were realizing that they could sell it on to other businesses. And you think before it used to be sold or given away to the farmers for their cows. So there's just so many ideas. And again, with the likes of IT equipment, nowadays, there are so many kids, whether it be in this country with the COVID problems, or whether it be kids in other countries, people are recycling IT equipment so that it can be reused in other places. So think about what you can do. And sometimes it's talking with people who've seen other ideas. And that's what both Laura and myself do. We talk with other people, find solutions, and help to grow the solutions for your business. So that's enough for me.
Exactly. You know, there are lots and lots of different examples that we can give. I mean, even as simple as reusing one business's waste packaging material, if they shred their cardboard or their paper, and actually giving that or selling that to another business who needs it for packaging material. They don't necessarily want to buy in virgin material and then use that and send it out. So using a recycled product instead of a virgin material is so much better for the environment. And it's just about having those conversations, whether it's via us or with another business that you know, so that you can actually make some kind of connection and, you know, cut waste down together.
Yeah, another example is if you get stuff delivered on pallets, instead of breaking up the pallets and putting it into the bin, why not collect, 6, 10 of them, and then pallets companies will actually come and collect them for you. There's no point in breaking something down so it can't be reused again if it is of a usable item. So it's just thinking in a different way.
Exactly. As the saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So you may as well reuse things before you dispose of them. So moving on to actually putting together an environmental register, it might sound quite an onerous task, but I must stress it shouldn't be. And get the help that you need. List out those business activities first, all the things that you do within your business. And then for each business activity, what is the legislation that you need to comply with? And then breaking that down into the actual compliance items, so the specifics really, and I do have templates that I can provide to help businesses with that. And then, as I say, on the annual review we would cover that anyway. Just hop over to www.greenatheart.org.uk, contact me through there or through Facebook or LinkedIn, and we can get together and have a chat about how you need to comply. So that's all for this month, and next month we're going to be talking about your environmental action plan and really getting to grips with those objectives and targets. It's something that I'm really passionate about, and I really want to help businesses out there to achieve their targets too. So it's bye from me at Green at Heart, and bye from John.
Bye.
Bye.